This is the critical analysis you've been waiting for. If you've served, you know the federal VA system is just one piece of the puzzle. The state you live in, the place you call home, can dramatically determine your quality of life, your financial security, and your access to specialized care. We're not talking about minor differences here. We're talking about thousands of dollars in annual savings, the ease of finding a career, and whether or not you can afford to retire comfortably. Too many veterans assume all states treat them equally, and that assumption is costing them dearly. We have meticulously ranked every state's veteran program, moving from the most disappointing, the states that offer the bare minimum or actively make life harder, all the way up to the absolute gold standards. The places that truly honor their commitment to those who served. You need to know where your state stands, because the difference between the worst and the best is staggering, and it might just be time to consider a permanent change of station. We start at the bottom, the states that consistently underperform, offering limited financial relief, complex bureaucratic barriers, and often placing veterans in an economically challenging position. These are the places we call the bottom tier, the financial traps and bureaucratic nightmares. If you live here, you're likely missing out on critical benefits that veterans in other states take for granted. Let's look first at Hawaii. Chai, paradise, right? Beautiful beaches, warm weather, but for a veteran relying on benefits, it can feel like a financial prison. Hawaii offers almost no meaningful state-level tax exemptions for military retirement pay or disability compensation. This is a massive hit. While federal disability compensation is always tax-exempt federally, many states choose to exempt it from state income tax entirely. Hawaii does not fully embrace this philosophy, forcing veterans, particularly retirees, to shoulder a heavy state tax burden on their earned military income. Furthermore, the cost of living is astronomical. Housing benefits and property tax exemptions, which are lifelines in high-cost areas, are minimal or highly restrictive. The state's employment programs for veterans are often criticized as underfunded and lacking robust private sector partnerships, leaving many highly skilled service members struggling to translate their military experience into high-paying civilian jobs. The sheer economic pressure of living in Hawaii, coupled with the lack of state-level financial offsets, places it firmly in the lowest tier. You are paying a premium to live there, and the state offers very little in return for your service. The state's infrastructure for veterans' health care access outside of the federal VA facilities is also fragmented, creating lengthy travel times and logistical headaches for specialized care. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a systemic lack of support that compounds the financial strain. Moving along the bottom, we find Spokane, Massachusetts. Historically, Massachusetts has been a high-tax state, and while they offer some property tax exemptions, they are often tied to specific disability ratings and require complex annual filings. The real issue here is the taxation of military retirement pay. Massachusetts taxes military retirement pay for non-disability retirees, a major disadvantage compared to states that offer full exemptions. While the state boasts excellent healthcare facilities overall, navigating the state-specific benefits and employment resources can feel like traversing a maze built entirely of red tape. Their veteran preference in state employment is present, but often overshadowed by the highly competitive and specialized job market, which doesn't always prioritize military experience translation effectively. For veterans with lower disability ratings or those solely relying on retirement income, the state's high income tax rates and limited property tax relief make it a financially challenging proposition. The state's approach feels less like comprehensive support and more like a series of fragmented, complex programs that require significant effort to utilize fully. The sheer complexity acts as a barrier to entry, meaning many veterans simply give up trying to access their due benefits. This bureaucratic friction is a hallmark of the worst-performing states. Next, consider Rhode Island. This state is small, but its veteran support footprint is even smaller. While they have recently made some strides historically and currently, they lack the comprehensive financial framework that truly supports veterans. Their property tax exemptions are often low compared to surrounding states, and the state's overall tax burden remains high. Furthermore, Rhode Island struggles significantly with employment opportunities tailored for veterans. The job market is concentrated and often requires specific, non-military related certifications, and the state's efforts to bridge that gap are insufficient. For veterans seeking higher education, the state's educational benefits are often limited compared to the robust tuition waivers offered elsewhere. They offer limited tuition assistance that frequently caps out too early or requires the veteran to jump through excessive hoops, unlike the automatic, full-ride programs available in the best states. The overall sentiment among veterans in Rhode Island is one of being an afterthought. The state acknowledges service, but doesn't back it up with substantial, easily accessible financial relief or career development support. We must also place West Virginia. Chabway in this bottom tier, though for different reasons than the high-cost states. While the cost of living is lower, the state's economic infrastructure struggles significantly, leading to a profound lack of high-quality employment opportunities for veterans, especially those seeking jobs outside of traditional industries. The state offers some property tax exemptions, but the overall lack of robust specialized healthcare facilities outside of major metropolitan areas severely impacts access for veterans in rural settings. Furthermore, while the state has attempted to improve, the educational benefits often lag behind, failing to provide the comprehensive tuition and fee waivers that are standard in top-tier states. The combination of limited economic opportunity and poor healthcare accessibility means that while the state is inexpensive, the quality of life and career potential for a veteran family can be severely limited. The state's veteran services infrastructure is often understaffed, leading to long wait times and poor case management, frustrating veterans seeking assistance with claims and benefits enrollment. This lack of robust infrastructure is a silent killer of veteran well-being. Rounding out the worst performers, we look at Nebraska. While Nebraska offers some property tax exemptions, the state's taxation of military retirement pay is a significant hurdle, though recent legislative efforts are attempting to address this. The main issue remains the fragmented nature of their state benefits and the lack of aggressive, proactive veteran outreach. Their educational benefits are often less comprehensive than neighboring states, and the employment initiatives, while present, don't generate the high-paying, specialized jobs veterans seek. The state operates in a middle ground of mediocrity, but because they fail to provide the full financial relief, tax exemption, that is crucial for veteran retention, they fall into this bottom category. When veterans are deciding where to settle, Nebraska often loses out because its benefits package simply doesn't compete with the fully tax-exempt states that offer better employment landscapes. The state needs to recognize that full tax exemption is not a luxury. It is a necessity for attracting and retaining the highly skilled veteran population. Now we transition to the strugglers, the checkbox states. These states offer the bare minimum, checking enough boxes to avoid the absolute bottom, but they fail to provide the comprehensive, high-impact benefits that truly elevate a veteran's life. These are the states that offer partial tax exemptions, limited educational waivers, and sporadic employment support. They look good on paper until you dig into the fine print. Take Montana. Montana is beautiful, and the outdoor lifestyle is a huge draw. But when it comes to financial support, they struggle. Montana only offers a partial exemption on military retirement pay. This half-measure approach means veterans are still paying state income tax on a significant portion of their earned retirement, a policy that drives high-earning veterans away. Their property tax exemptions are also modest and often tied to specific income levels, limiting their utility for many veterans. While the state has strong veteran community programs, the lack of comprehensive financial relief is a severe detriment. Furthermore, accessing specialized VA care in the vast rural expanses of Montana remains a major logistical challenge, and the state has not adequately funded satellite clinics or outreach programs to mitigate this geographical barrier. The state feels like it's trying but constantly falls short of truly competitive benefits. Next up is New York. The sheer volume of resources available in New York City and surrounding areas is immense, but the state's veteran programs are often buried under layers of bureaucracy and high cost of living. New York does exempt military retirement pay, which is a significant plus, but its property tax exemptions are often insufficient to offset the astronomical housing costs, especially downstate. The employment programs are numerous, but the competition is fierce, and the state's job placement success rates for veterans often lag behind expectations. The state also struggles with educational benefits that, while present, are often complex to navigate and require specific residency requirements that can be difficult for recently separated service members to meet. For a veteran family trying to establish stability, the high tax burden outside of retirement income and crushing cost of housing in major population centers make New York a difficult choice, despite the theoretical availability of services. The state's programs are often centralized, making access difficult for veterans in upstate or rural areas who face significant travel hurdles. We move to East Minnesota. Minnesota offers a generally high quality of life, but its veteran benefits package is inconsistent. While they have strong programs for educational assistance, their property tax relief is often tied to specific disability ratings and is not as universally applied as in top states. More critically, the state still taxes certain elements of military income, creating a financial drag on veterans who are trying to maximize their savings. The state's employment initiatives are solid, particularly in the tech and medical sectors, but the overall tax environment and the cold climate often deter veterans seeking full financial freedom and warmer weather. Minnesota is a classic example of a good state that is a struggler for veterans. It's not bad, but it simply hasn't committed to the full financial exemptions necessary to be truly competitive. The benefits are there, but they require extensive paperwork and ongoing compliance, adding unnecessary stress. Consider Kansas. Kansas offers a partial exemption on military retirement pay, which immediately disqualifies it from the top tiers. While the cost of living is low, the lack of full financial relief means veterans are leaving money on the table. The state's educational benefits are decent, offering tuition assistance at state schools, but they are not the comprehensive, full-ride waivers offered by the best states. The employment landscape is heavily reliant on agriculture and specialized manufacturing, which can make career transition difficult for veterans with generalist skills. Kansas feels stagnant. The benefits are adequate, but haven't been aggressively updated or expanded to meet modern veteran needs. The state's rural nature also exacerbates healthcare access issues, with long drives often required to reach specialized VA clinics or state-funded veteran homes. Finally, in this struggling tier, we place Oregon. Oregon is known for its high income tax rates, and while they offer some exemptions, they are not comprehensive enough to offset the overall tax burden. The state's property tax relief is minimal for most veterans, and the high cost of housing in major cities like Portland creates significant financial strain. Oregon's educational benefits are present but highly bureaucratic and often require veterans to use up their federal GI Bill benefits before state assistance kicks in, which is a major policy flaw compared to states that allow the stacking or concurrent use of benefits. The state's Veteran Services Network is often criticized for being slow and understaffed, meaning veterans face delays in accessing critical claims assistance and mental health resources. Oregon's beautiful landscape can't mask the underlying financial and bureaucratic challenges faced by its veteran population. We now ascend to the mediocre middle, the average states. These states are generally veteran-friendly, offering solid foundational benefits, but they still have significant gaps, often related to full tax exemptions or specialized health care access. They are good places to live, but they are not destinations built specifically for optimizing veteran benefits. Let's start with North Carolina. North Carolina is a popular state for military retirees due to the large presence of bases. The state offers a full exemption on military retirement pay, which is a huge draw. However, the property tax relief is often minimal or tied to specific high disability ratings, and the overall state tax burden, sales tax, property tax rates, can still be high in growing areas. The educational benefits are strong, especially for dependents, but the employment landscape, while robust, is highly competitive, and the state's efforts to specifically place veterans often rely heavily on federal programs rather than innovative state initiatives. North Carolina is a great example of a state that is good enough, but lacks the aggressive, comprehensive approach of the top tiers. The rapid growth of the state has put a strain on infrastructure, including veteran services, leading to longer wait times and less individualized support. Next is South Carolina. Similar to its northern neighbor, South Carolina fully exempts military retirement pay. This is a crucial financial benefit. However, the state's property tax relief is often less generous than competing states, and the overall health care access, particularly in rural areas, is challenging. The state's educational benefits are solid, but not revolutionary. South Carolina benefits greatly from its military heritage, but has not fully leveraged its resources to create a truly seamless and comprehensive veteran support system. The state's employment programs are present but often focus on lower-wage sectors, failing to attract and retain high-skilled veterans seeking executive or specialized technical roles. Consider Georgia. Georgia offers a partial exemption on military retirement pay, which is a major drawback. While they offer some property tax relief, it is often tied to disability status. The state's educational benefits are generally strong, particularly the Hope Scholarship programs, which can be beneficial for veteran dependents. However, the lack of a full tax exemption on retirement income means that many high-earning retirees choose neighboring, fully exempt states like Florida or Tennessee instead. Georgia is a state of missed opportunities. It has the economic infrastructure to be a top-tier state, but is hampered by its tax policy toward military retirees. The state's veteran housing assistance programs are also often complex and underfunded, failing to meet the demand, particularly in the Atlanta metro area. We move to Virginia. Virginia is complex because it hosts the Pentagon and massive military installations. It offers a partial exemption on military retirement pay, which is its biggest weakness. While the state offers excellent employment opportunities due to defense contractors and federal agencies, the financial burden is significant compared to fully exempt states. Virginia does offer strong educational benefits, including tuition grants, but the cost of living and the partial taxation of retirement income prevent it from reaching the top tier. Veterans in Virginia often find excellent jobs, but they pay a hefty tax premium for the privilege, making their financial outcomes less optimal than those in fully tax-free states. The state's healthcare infrastructure is robust, but the sheer density of the veteran population often leads to long wait times in key service areas. Ohio-chan lands squarely in the middle. Ohio fully exempts military retirement pay, which is excellent. They offer decent property tax relief and solid educational benefits, including tuition waivers at state universities. However, Ohio struggles with the overall economic climate and job growth compared to coastal states. While veteran employment services are available, the opportunities are often less varied and lower paying than those found in the best states. Ohio is stable, supportive, and affordable, but it doesn't offer the aggressive, innovative programs or the high-growth employment markets that define the top tiers. The state's veteran homes, while well-maintained, often have long waiting lists, indicating an unmet need for long-term care facilities. Finally, in this middle tier, we place Michigan-chu. Michigan fully exempts military retirement pay and offers solid property tax relief. The state has strong programs aimed at veteran entrepreneurship and employment placement, particularly in the automotive and manufacturing sectors. However, Michigan's educational benefits, while good, are not as comprehensive as the full tuition waivers offered by the elite states. The state also struggles with infrastructure and healthcare access in its northern and rural regions. Michigan is a solid, reliable choice, but it doesn't offer the comprehensive package of low taxes, high benefits, and diverse employment opportunities that characterize the top performers. The state's cold climate and perceived lack of economic dynamism also act as soft deterrents for many retiring service members. Now we enter the rising stars, the investing states. These are the states that have recently recognized the immense value of the veteran population and have aggressively implemented new, comprehensive legislation to attract and retain service members. They are often improving rapidly and are poised to enter the elite tier soon. First among the rising stars is Arizona. Arizona has made massive strides in recent years, moving quickly toward full veteran support. They offer a full exemption on military retirement pay and have implemented substantial property tax relief programs. Arizona's key strength lies in its strong economic growth, particularly in the tech and aerospace industries, which aligns perfectly with high-skilled veteran experience. The state's educational benefits are robust, offering tuition waivers and grants that supplement federal benefits effectively. Furthermore, Arizona is actively working to streamline the professional licensing process for veterans, ensuring that military qualifications are quickly recognized for civilian careers. The only reason Arizona isn't higher is that some of its specialized healthcare outreach programs are still catching up to the rapid influx of veterans. The state is doing nearly everything right, creating an environment that is both financially rewarding and professionally stimulating. Next, consider Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has historically been mediocre, but recent legislative changes have drastically improved its ranking. The state now fully exempts military retirement pay, a critical change. They offer strong educational benefits, particularly for dependents, and have robust state-funded programs for mental health and housing assistance. Pennsylvania's strong economic diversity, ranging from finance in Philadelphia to energy in the West, provides ample employment opportunities. While the property tax relief is still not as generous as the absolute best states, the full income tax exemption combined with a lower cost of living than the Northeast coastal states makes Pennsylvania a very attractive option. The state is actively investing in its veteran service organizations, ensuring better access to claims assistance and community integration programs. We move to Colorado. Colorado has long been a popular destination, but its state benefits have recently caught up to its desirability. Colorado now fully exempts military retirement pay. They offer excellent educational benefits, including tuition assistance and grants. Colorado's employment market, heavily focused on technology, defense, and aerospace, is ideal for transitioning service members. The state's veteran support infrastructure, particularly for mental health and outdoor therapy programs, is innovative and well-funded. The only factor holding Colorado back is the rapidly escalating cost of housing and property taxes in the Denver and Colorado Springs areas, which can negate some of the financial benefits. However, for veterans prioritizing career advancement and quality of life, Colorado is a powerful contender. The state's commitment to recognizing military training for professional licensure is among the best in the nation. Consider Indiana. Indiana has quietly become a veteran powerhouse. They fully exempt military retirement pay and offer some of the most generous property tax deductions in the Midwest, often tied to disability status. Indiana's educational benefits are comprehensive, offering tuition and fee waivers at state schools. The state's commitment to employment is evident in its aggressive veteran hiring initiatives, particularly in manufacturing and logistics. Indiana excels because it combines these strong benefits with a very low cost of living, maximizing the financial impact of a veteran's retirement and disability income. The state's veteran service offices are well distributed and known for their efficiency and speed in processing claims and providing assistance. Finally, in the rising stars, we include Nevada Party Nabai. Nevada has fully exempted military retirement pay and offers no state income tax, which is a massive financial advantage. While the state's educational benefits are still developing, the combination of zero income tax, low property taxes relative to California, and strong employment growth in logistics and tourism makes it highly attractive. Nevada is actively working to improve its healthcare access outside of the Las Vegas and Reno areas. The state's clear financial advantage and rapidly improving veteran employment services position it as a serious competitor for veteran retirees seeking maximum financial freedom. We are now entering the near-perfect, the comprehensive support states. These states have committed to a holistic approach, providing robust financial relief, comprehensive educational opportunities, and strong employment pathways. They are highly competitive and offer a superior quality of life for veterans. Leading this tier is Florida. Florida is the undisputed champion of financial freedom for veterans. It has no state income tax, meaning all military retirement pay and disability compensation are completely shielded from state taxation. Furthermore, Florida offers some of the most generous property tax exemptions in the country, often providing full exemption for 100% disabled veterans and substantial discounts for lower ratings. Florida's educational benefits are also top-tier, offering free tuition for dependents and strong support for veterans themselves. The state's employment market is vast and diverse, ranging from aerospace on the Space Coast to finance in Miami. The primary drawback, and the reason it isn't the absolute best, is the rapidly increasing cost of housing and the strain on infrastructure in high-density areas. However, for financial optimization, Florida is nearly unbeatable. The state's network of veteran homes and long-term care facilities is also extensive and highly rated, ensuring quality care in later life. The state's proactive approach to hurricane preparedness also includes specific provisions for veterans and their families, showcasing a commitment to safety and well-being. Next, we analyze CHIP. Texas. JIM. Texas, like Florida, offers zero state income tax, providing maximum financial security for retirees and disabled veterans. Texas also boasts some of the best educational benefits in the nation, including the Hazelwood Act, which provides up to 150 credit hours of tuition exemption at state universities for veterans and their dependents. This benefit alone is worth tens of thousands of dollars and is a major magnet for military families. Texas offers strong property tax exemptions, particularly for disabled veterans. The state's economic engine is massive, offering high-paying jobs in energy, technology, and manufacturing, ideal for transitioning service members. The only minor detractor is the sheer size of the state, which can lead to significant travel times for specialized VA care in rural regions, though the state is actively working to expand its outreach clinics. Texas's commitment to veterans is enshrined in multiple comprehensive legislative acts, making it a reliable and powerful choice. The state's employment preference laws are robust, ensuring veterans get a fair shot at state and municipal jobs, and the state actively promotes veteran entrepreneurship through tax incentives and low-interest loan programs. We include Tennessee, Shas, Tania, in this elite group. Tennessee has zero state income tax, excluding interest and dividends, which is being phased out, ensuring full protection for military retirement pay. Tennessee offers generous property tax relief for disabled veterans and has a strong focus on educational benefits, offering tuition grants and scholarships. The state's cost of living remains relatively low compared to major coastal hubs, maximizing the buying power of veteran income. Tennessee excels in its blend of financial freedom, affordability, and robust community support. The state's efforts to integrate veterans into the workforce, particularly in the booming Nashville and Memphis areas, are highly successful. The state also maintains a high standard of care in its state-run veteran homes and assisted living facilities, often exceeding federal minimum standards. Consider North Dakota. While often overlooked, North Dakota offers a stunning array of benefits. The state fully exempts military retirement pay and offers substantial property tax exemptions. Crucially, North Dakota offers free tuition for veterans and their dependents at state schools, a massive financial incentive. The state's economy, driven by energy and agriculture, offers stable, high-paying jobs, and the low population density means veteran services are often easier to access and less crowded than in high-density states. North Dakota is a hidden gem, offering maximum financial optimization and a high quality of life, especially for veterans who prefer a quieter, outdoor-focused lifestyle. The state's commitment to recognizing military skills for licensure is exemplary, ensuring rapid transition into civilian careers. Finally, in the near-perfect tier, we place South Dakota. Check. South Dakota, like North Dakota, offers no state income tax, guaranteeing full financial freedom. It provides full tuition and fee waivers at state universities for veterans and their dependents, a benefit that is incredibly valuable. The state offers generous property tax relief and has a low cost of living, allowing veteran income to stretch further. South Dakota's veteran service offices are highly efficient, and the state actively promotes veteran employment in its growing financial, services, and tourism sectors. The primary challenge is the weather and the difficulty of accessing specialized care in the most rural regions, but the financial and educational benefits are so strong they often outweigh these logistical hurdles. We have reached the pinnacle. These are the absolute best, the gold standard states. These states offer zero income tax, full property tax exemption for many veterans, comprehensive educational benefits that extend to dependents, excellent employment landscapes, and a high overall quality of life. They are the benchmark against which all other state programs should be measured. Our first gold standard state is Wyoming. Wyoming offers no state income tax, meaning full financial protection for all military income. Critically, Wyoming offers a full exemption on property taxes for disabled veterans, often starting at 50% disability rating, depending on local rules, but comprehensive relief is available. The state also offers free tuition and fees at the University of Wyoming and community colleges for veterans and their dependents. Wyoming combines these maximum financial and educational benefits with a low cost of living and high quality of life. The state's robust outdoor lifestyle is a massive draw for service members seeking recreation and tranquility. While access to specialized VA facilities can be a drive, the state's proactive outreach programs and telemedicine efforts are mitigating this challenge effectively. Wyoming is a true financial haven for veterans. The state's commitment to minimizing bureaucratic friction is evident in its streamlined benefits application process, making it one of the easiest states to access and utilize benefits. Next, we have Alaska. Alaska offers no state income tax and no state sales tax, providing unparalleled financial relief. Furthermore, Alaska offers a permanent fund dividend, PFD, to residents, which adds a substantial tax-free annual income boost. The state provides comprehensive educational benefits, including tuition waivers and grants. Alaska's employment market, particularly in resource management, logistics, and infrastructure, offers high wages. While the cost of living in Anchorage and Juneau can be high, the sheer volume of tax savings and the PFD often offset this. Alaska's commitment to veterans is deeply ingrained, and its programs are designed to maximize financial independence. The state's unique environment also offers specialized veteran programs focused on resilience and wilderness therapy, providing holistic support beyond the financial. We must also include New Hampshire. New Hampshire offers no state income tax and no state sales tax, making it a financial powerhouse in the Northeast. While property taxes can be high, the state offers generous property tax credits and exemptions specifically for veterans, often providing significant relief, especially for those with high disability ratings. New Hampshire's educational benefits are strong, and the state's proximity to Boston provides access to a massive employment and healthcare infrastructure without the burden of Massachusetts's state taxes. The state's focus on small, supportive communities and a high quality of life makes it an ideal destination for veterans seeking financial security and a supportive environment. The state's veteran service officers are known for their personalized and highly effective claims assistance, often achieving higher success rates than the national average. Next, we look at Washington. Washington State has no income tax, ensuring full financial protection for military retirement and disability pay. The state offers strong property tax exemptions, particularly for disabled veterans. Washington's educational benefits are among the best, offering full tuition and fee waivers at state universities and community colleges. The state's economy, dominated by tech giants like Amazon and Microsoft, and aerospace companies like Boeing, offers arguably the highest concentration of high-paying specialized jobs perfectly suited for transitioning service members. The only minor drawback is the high cost of living in the Seattle metro area, but the combination of zero income tax, maximum educational benefits, and superior employment opportunities makes Washington a top-tier choice for career-focused veterans. The state's investment in veteran mental health services, particularly those focusing on PTSD and TBI, is cutting-edge and nationally recognized. Rounding out the absolute best is New Mexico. New Mexico offers a full exemption on military retirement pay and provides some of the most generous property tax exemptions in the country, often tied to age and disability status. Crucially, New Mexico offers full tuition and fee waivers at state schools for veterans and their dependents, a benefit that significantly reduces the financial burden of higher education. The state's cost of living is low, maximizing the buying power of veteran income. New Mexico's veteran support infrastructure is highly centralized and efficient, ensuring veterans can quickly access claims assistance, housing aid, and community integration programs. The state's unique culture and climate also provide a high quality of life, particularly for those seeking a warm, affordable environment with robust state support. New Mexico represents the ideal blend of financial freedom, educational opportunity, and affordability. The state's commitment to veteran health care extends to specialized long-term care facilities and dedicated assistance for aging veterans, ensuring dignity and quality of life through all stages of retirement. The sheer disparity between the worst and the best states is not just a matter of preference. It is a fundamental difference in financial solvency and quality of life. In the bottom tier, states like Hawaii or Massachusetts, veterans are effectively penalized through high taxes and limited financial offsets, often leading to economic instability despite substantial federal benefits. Conversely, in the gold standard states like Wyoming or Texas, the veterans' financial resources are maximized through zero income tax, comprehensive property tax relief, and educational benefits worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The decision of where to reside is perhaps the most powerful financial decision a veteran can make after separation. If your state is taxing your retirement pay, if your state is making you jump through hoops for basic property tax relief, or if your state is failing to provide full tuition waivers for your children, you are leaving money on the table. Money that could be used for retirement, for education, or simply for a better quality of life. Don't assume your state is doing right by you. Use this ranking to critically evaluate your current residence. If you find yourself in the bottom or struggling tiers, remember that the best states are actively competing for your skills, your income, and your commitment. It might be time to pack your bags and move to a place that truly honors your service with tangible, life-changing benefits. Your financial future depends on it. Go research the specific legislative acts in the top 5 states we mentioned, because the difference could be a 6-figure swing over the course of your retirement.